Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before I start this video, I first off just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. A couple days ago, I reached a huge milestone for myself and a huge goal that I had for myself of reaching over 100 subscribers. I can't believe that it happened so soon, and I really want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed or watched a video, liked, shared, anything. I really appreciate it. I love making these videos and sharing these parts of my life with you guys. I am beyond grateful and thankful for anyone who has watched a video or subscribed. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So I wasn't able to post a video last week because my daughter, right here, Charlie, oh, you talking? Because my daughter, this is Charlie Janelle, she was born on Monday, September 14th. So we have been pretty busy this last week with her. We're so happy that she's finally here. And if you've watched any of my recent videos, you know that I was past my due date, overdue, and very anxiously awaiting her arrival. I went to 41 weeks and 4 days, I believe, or 3 days or something like that before I delivered. So I wanted to hop on here real quick and just kind of share my labor and delivery story with you guys, since you've been on this last leg of my pregnancy journey with me since I started my channel. I was like 36 weeks pregnant then, so you guys have been with me this last month, or over a month. So I wanted to share, and then also I searched tons of labor and delivery stories those last couple weeks just to prepare myself. So maybe my story will help someone or calm someone's fears about labor. So maybe my story will help someone out, and if it does, fantastic. I am planning on getting back to my normal routine of posting cleaning videos, decorating, lifestyle type videos this week. I know I typically post 2 a week. I'm gonna try to go back to doing that, but bear with me the next couple weeks. I will at least be posting once a week, hopefully twice, but we'll see what this little girl lets me get accomplished. Hi, sweetie. Okay, so my labor story. I'll try to make it quick. So I was set to be induced at the hospital on September 15th. My doctors and the hospital that I go to, they don't induce you until you're 41 weeks and 4 days. So I was set to be induced, and I kind of made my peace with the fact that I was gonna have to be, that she wasn't gonna come on her own. I had tried literally everything that they tell you to do, all the wives' tales, and nothing was working to make me progress any further or make her come on her own. So I had kind of just resigned myself to the fact that I was going to be induced, and it is what it is. That being said, on Sunday, or Saturday night, I believe that was the 12th, I noticed that she wasn't moving as much as she normally does. She was super, super active, always like punching and kicking me multiple times throughout the day. Like, I never had to do kick counts or anything because she was always there, and she let me know that she was there. So I kind of noticed a little decrease in movement. I didn't think too much of it, and then the next morning, because I told myself at night on Saturday night, I was like, if I don't feel her in the morning, I'll call my doctor and see what they want to do. So I woke up the next morning, and normally when I wake up, she's kicking me, and I didn't feel anything, and that's when I kind of started to get a little worried. So I called labor and delivery and told them, hi, and I told them that I hadn't felt her as much. Actually, I hadn't really felt her at all since the previous night, so they had me come in, and when I came in, they gave me an ultrasound, and they told me that my fluid levels were low And I had known that they were low before because I had a non-stress test a couple days prior, and they had told me that my fluid levels were low, on the really low end, but not like enough to send me to the hospital. So when they saw that the fluid levels had decreased again since my appointment, which was like 2 days prior, the doctor wanted to induce me right there. So we ended up staying at the hospital and being induced starting the induction process on Sunday the 13th. And I was so relieved. I was so happy because I was like, I don't want to go home and wait another 2 days or 3 days or whatever it was to have to come back and do this all over again. So I was really happy when she was like, do you want to start the induction process now? We can keep you and try to get things going. And I was like, yes, praise the Lord, yes. So I called my husband, and he came up because he was waiting in the car because of COVID. Like, I had to go up by myself. He couldn't come until I was admitted. So they admitted me on that Sunday around like 11 a.m. and started me on Cytotec to try to thin out my cervix and start contractions naturally. I took about 3 doses of that. It was like 1 dose every 4 hours. So I was taking that basically all day on Sunday. And then my water broke really late Sunday night at like 11:30. And after that, they started me on Pitocin, which is a drug that starts contractions for you. And that happened really quickly. They gave it to me, I want to say around like 1 a.m. And I was trying to sleep, trying to rest, thinking like, oh, like the Cytotec didn't hurt that bad. Pitocin won't work, at least for, a couple hours. I'll be fine. I can rest. No, it literally worked on me basically immediately. So I couldn't rest. And at about 3:30 in the morning, my nurse came and checked on me, and I was like, can I please get an epidural now? Because the pain was it's so constant, like it comes in waves, and the contractions were just so bad I couldn't rest at all. So she was like, yes, you can get an epidural. The anesthesiologist just happened to finish up with another mom down the hall, so I will send him right in. So I totally lucked out. So I ended up getting an epidural when I only made it to 3.5 centimeters, and then I couldn't take the pain anymore. So he came in and gave me the epidural, which was just the best decision that I made. It was relief pretty much immediately, maybe like 10 minutes, and then I was able to rest for a couple of hours. And then the next day, or later that morning, I guess on Monday, the epidural started kind of like messing with me. It was fine when I was laying down, but when I would sit up, I would get like violently ill, and I couldn't stop throwing up. Literally, like I would sit up and I would tell my husband, like, bring me the throw up bag, and I would throw up like 3 or 4 times every single time. So I feel like it was the combination of just like the drugs in me plus an empty stomach, because you can't eat when you have an epidural, and I hadn't eaten since like 7 o'clock the night before, 6 o'clock the night before or something. So I don't know if that's what it was, having all those drugs on an empty stomach or what, but yeah, after that I was pretty much laying down the rest of the time, because if I sat up I would just get sick, which was not fun, because throwing up is literally my least favorite thing to do in the world. So after that, I kept progressing, and finally they told me I was like ready. I was like 100% effaced. I was 10 centimeters dilated, and she was like engaged, like head down in my pelvis, and so I thought they were gonna go get the doctor and I was gonna push. This was probably at like 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the afternoon. And so my nurse, who, by the way, labor and delivery nurses are just fantastic. Every single nurse that I had was so great, but especially the one that I ended up having that day that actually was with me when I delivered was literally an angel sent from heaven. I don't think I could have done it without her being there. She was so supportive, so sweet, and I am just so thankful that she was assigned to me that day. I absolutely loved her. But so I thought she was gonna go get the doctor and I was gonna start like pushing, because you know that's kind of like what you hear when you're all ready to go, like you start pushing. So I had like texted my family and my good friends that like it's go time, like we're probably gonna start pushing soon. And literally the doctor didn't come in, or she didn't come in till I want to say like it was like 5:30. Yeah, it was 5:30. She came in and finally I started pushing. So I was literally like sitting there with like all this pressure and in my like pelvis and like, you know, lower area, waiting to push because I had to wait for her to be there. And it turned out that literally like right as I was ready, someone was ready like 5 minutes before me. So she had to go deliver another baby and I had to wait until she was done for her to come and deliver mine. So I actually started pushing a little bit just with my nurse beforehand, before the doctor came. But pushing was no joke. I was pushing for 2.5 hours because I started at about 5:30 and she was born at 7:55. And the first hour was all right, and then the second hour and a half was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. But my goodness, this little chunk is worth it. It was worth every second of pain. So she was born 7:55 p.m. So I was in labor for a total of about 31 hours. And yeah, it was a lot. It was very exhausting, but we could not be happier. I am so happy that she's finally here. She is beautiful and adorable. And I literally, like, I look at her and I can't believe that she's mine. So I would do it all over again to have her here. So now we'll have a little visitor in future videos. So I hope you enjoyed watching this, and maybe it helped someone who is almost ready to deliver and nervous or something like that, or is going to be induced. It's not as bad as they tell you that it is, and you'll definitely get through it, and it is 1,000 billion% worth every second. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it if you do, and consider subscribing if you would like to see more videos and more of this little angel. I mean, come on, who doesn't want to see more of this little girl? But I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.